Environmental impacts on our coastal communities have never been greater. From pollution to climate change, coastal communities are at ground zero. The Surf and River Report brings you the latest developments impacting our coastal communities. We'll talk with experts about how environmental pollution, development, and climate change is affecting our coastal and river ecosystems. It's all right here on the Surf and River Report.
Hello. Today we're here to discuss the installation of a new statue. The statue is a beautiful bronze statue, 20 feet high, at Soder Point. Alec, what can you tell us about this story?
It was emotional story. It was not really logical. It's when I try to remember how it's happened, it's only emotional, unexplainable steps which get to this point. And I was driving on a freeway. I saw this statue, some yard when they sell different kind of stuff. I fell in love, but for me, it's too expensive. Seriously, I have no place to put it. And it's a 14 grand, which I don't have, but I have credit card. So I came and bring it here. By that time, I talked to my wife and I have to explain where's 14 grand and I have to explain what this stuff doing on the backyard. And she said, okay, only one question. Why? What you gonna do with that? And I said, honey, have no idea. Trust me, it has a purpose. I have no idea yet. I mean, we will find out. It took probably a year or two when my wife told me, you know, if you really bought this statue to put on backyard like this by pieces, and it's staying there for years, then you did something really stupid. If you wanna continue, like, I don't know, build a house, find a place, donate it, put it together, everybody can see it, then you really made something smart. So, and she just go and donate it. And
With
city gave land, they gave all the support, engineering support,
right.
Everything they can give, they give. But I'm saying, I mean, it's great if you decide or somebody decide to do it, not to count on somebody else's money, just spend yours on your own project. I kind of feel fulfilled with all the project when I put it all together. And of course, when we put it all together, now you're doing something unusual, very interesting, and she was very supportive. So she can understand. And I really admire her way of thinking, because I'm afraid I by myself may not came up with this idea, you know. And she's beautiful.
What can you tell us about the artist?
I have no idea who is the artist. It's 2000 something, it's a year, and it's a name Jarmo or something like that, or Jarmo. But I tried different ways to find out who is it, and have no idea, honestly.
Let's find out a little bit about your journey here. Where did you start?
I was born in Volga River region. Then it was a big communist construction in Kazakhstan, which is right now a totally separate country. It's the middle of Asia, so you're so far away from oceans, everything. You would never even see that much water or something. And then I have to go to service, and I go to Navy for 3 years, and I saw the ocean, and I fell in love with the ocean. I see what world is big, and actually possibilities is absolutely limitless.
The submariners, they typically hear and see things undersea. Maybe there are mermaids, huh?
When you're under the ocean, you suddenly realize how much it's full of life and noises and voices and whatever you can imagine. I was kind of, they teach us how we're gonna hear American ships and what's the difference between air carrier and cruiser and something, and then you put earplugs, and it's a wonderful world up there. You even forget about all that mechanical noises. You just may for hours listen to the ocean, because it's full of life. It's full of sounds. I would not be a second surprised. What I mean, it's thousands of mermaids around. No, really.
Are all the sounds that you hear on sonar identified, or are some of them?
No, absolutely non-identified. That's what that was fascinating. It just I mean, maybe some biologist can tell, okay, this is the whale, this is the dolphin, this is something we don't know. But however, what I can tell, it's like you want to hear the ocean and see if you're going to hear the enemy noise. And then suddenly you put this earplugs and you hear, I mean, some different world, like full of life, full of emotions, noises, everything, just sometime because of the common sense and everything, we start lying to ourselves. You hear or see something absolutely fascinating, beautiful, and magical. But you cannot accept it, your brain cannot accept it. You find 100 ways to explain yourself why it's absolutely normal, it's just happen every day, and you're lying to yourself. Who is right, me, just because I cannot really accept it, or they still can see them,
There may be mermaids that you've heard and didn't know they were, huh?
Oh, well, yeah, I was sure it's mermaids. And I met a guy who was a yachtsman, and he talked about England, and he talked about Australia, and he talked about typhoons and oceans and stuff. And I was blown away again, and I was just whatever it takes. And he said, it's expedition going to Alaska. You want to do it? Let's do it. And I spent whole winter, my very happy winter, because I was always exhausted, always in tar, or maybe with doing the sails, or maybe something. And it was expedition. It's commemorate 250 years of Vitus Bering expedition to Alaska, when he first saw the Alaska coast. The Soviet Union collapsed, and Kazakhstan became separate country. Even before that, I was like maybe 3-4 seasons on a salmon, on a crab. The only reason, since we came as a tourist, and again, because of my wife, and she's a smart woman, she said, look, if we decide we're in America, so we need to go from tourist, legalize our status, do all this, that, and we cannot do it in Alaska. It's no infrastructure. Our English not that good, and so we moved to Los Angeles. And it was a hard time, very hard time. We came, it's no money, and she started working in a Russian bakery as a cashier. I started loading and unloading trucks for Russian stores with the food and stuff. I was so tired every day, and I was like, anybody will offer me decent work, some profession, I would be the best. They're not going to fire me because I would be the best. They would need me badly. And the guy who offered me work, he was in construction, so that's how I ended up in construction. But the thing is, I was so blessed with the very, very nice people I met. All my life, I always met, starting from Alaska, here, I'm meeting with incredible people. I don't know, I was simply lucky who may inspire, It's not like, it's not financial aid, it's not advice. It's inspiration. Like you see some other people, you want to do like that. You want to be like that. And eventually open my company, and here I am. It's like a dream come true. If I love ocean that much, and very beautiful part of my life was with the ocean. And right now, whoever go there as a fisherman, as a yachtsman, when they leave, they can see something beautiful. When they come back to the port, they can see something beautiful. I do believe most of sailors romantics, so I hope they're going to like it.
The statue apparently will be a landmark for mariners. It can be seen from the sea.
Well, then it's a dream come true then.
It's a dream come true. We're here with Mr. Alec Vinke discussing his journey, his long journey from Russia with love, and how he has helped to beautify our shores with a statue and imagination of his own. And
Nice
Alec,
to meet you.
I really appreciate meeting you, and I like to hear stories of people who have truly had an American success story. I'm your host, Bill Rogers. Until next time, remember, together we are changing the world.
Environmental impacts on our coastal communities have never been greater. From pollution to climate change, coastal communities are at ground zero. The Serpent River Report brings you the latest developments impacting our coastal communities. We'll talk with experts about how environmental pollution, development, and climate change is affecting our coastal and river ecosystems. It's all right here on the Serpent River Report.